Interviewing is a technique, it's a skill, it's something that you can learn. Not everyone is good at it naturally, despite what people think. And you can learn how to be good in an interview. The first thing you have to do is prepare yourself well. And there's different questions that are often asked. So I'm going to talk to you about two of the most commonly asked questions. The first one is what they call general questions. Why did you apply for this position? What's your knowledge of our organisation? What's your knowledge of this position? Here, I think it's important for you to demonstrate that you've done some background research on the organisation, that you've read the job description really well. Those are all important things for you to demonstrate in this part. Don't be overconfident though. Don't talk to them and say to the panel, I know more about your organisation than you do, or things like that. And that happens in interviews. That will put a panel off. So just be mindful of those things. But it's always good to show that you've looked at their website, that you're familiar with their charter, or you're familiar with their strategic plan. That's always a positive thing. Other general questions that they may ask is, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? What are your strengths and what are your limitations? Here, I guess it's important for you to do the background research and homework on yourself. Read your own CV, go through it, remember what you did in those positions, what role you had, who you were responsible to or what you were responsible for, and maybe think about some of the successful projects that you did in those positions. What were some of the results that you're confident about and proud of while you're in those roles? So those are general questions. Probably the more commonly asked questions are what they call behavioural-based questions. Behavioural-based questions are based on the premise that past behaviours are really good indicators of future behaviours. So here they're really trying to get you to tell them more about what you've done in the past. Once again, go back to the positions that you've done and think about what you did, what you're responsible for, and what were the outcomes. An example of a question for this role, for this type of questioning would be, can you outline a significant project that you've managed? What were the results? How have you managed a difficult client in the past? How have you managed conflicts with staff in the past? All of those things are quite common in an interview.